Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California. It's the Bowling Green Falcons and the Fresno State Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Guys, Fresno State's head coach told me pregame. One thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. Fielded in the end zone. It's Weaver. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Bowling Green's offense will go on the attack first. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball over.
No, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. Now, a running back they can really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can grow into that, this offense can take that next step.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the right. Makes a connection. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
That's the one danger defensively when you want to play zone coverage, because you leave a lot of windows and pockets out on the field. And if the offensive quarterback find one, they could hurt you. And you saw it right there on the crossing route.
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Finds a little space. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
And the Falcons come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out fast. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Man, how nice is it to have such a playmaker that you can just dump it off to him, and you just get it to him, and he does the rest, and that's why they do this. They make sure they have a chart that they get this guy the football in space in different ways, and you see why. He chews it up after the catch, making his quarterback look great.
Makes the grab. It's Sims.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Fires downfield. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Falcons. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Fresno State's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And it'll be up to this transfer sophomore quarterback to pilot this attack. This offense is going to be productive. He will have to play well in this one.
It's been kind of fun to follow these different universities across the country that just, they find their guys, right? Like their fit. It's not always the five-star guy, but they find their quarterback, and you're like, man, that guy's really, really good. Like, where did they find him? He came out of nowhere. So, Palmer, this is a school, a program that is going to find those QBs. It just might be sometimes the guys that are off the beaten path a little bit more and not as highly recruited.
Yeah, not necessarily a national championship perennial power year in, year out, but you're right. They always seem to find a gunslinger back there. And they lose games, but they're going to go down swinging, and they're going to lose shootouts because they light up the scoreboard. They've got another gunslinger in this offense this year.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And obviously it's still early in this football game, but after giving up a touchdown on the first drive and then coming out, like the worst thing you can do as an offense is go 3 and out and put your defense right back on the field. So that was a big 3rd down to kind of settle them down and give them some more opportunities.
Snagged out of the air.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So a nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Martin back to pass. Firing to the right, complete. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll run it from the gun. At the 45, on his way. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense is doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
Throws for the tight end, and that is incomplete. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Forced out of the pocket. This time he's got it. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. The Bulldogs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He is denied, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. It's been punch, counter punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one as the return is stopped short of the 25. Bowling Green has it back. The Falcon offense will go to work. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Sims. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate.
Makes a grab and room to run. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Here comes the heat. Wide open downfield. Into the house. Touchdown, Falcons.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability by this tight end? He's a guy that can stretch the field. He can make DBs miss, and he's got speed. He's a generational talent. He's really helping out this offense.
And he made the extra point without problem. On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. And so the Fresno State offense comes out onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Martin will throw it. He fires one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. So they're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. They'll try to get it through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Fresno State will have to punt. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Bowling Green has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. This has been a good day for the offense and a particularly outstanding performance from the quarterback. The passing game absolutely firing on all cylinders, and best of all, they've protected the football.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Finds his man, it's Sims. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Going deep. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Bowling Green. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Fresno State will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Bowling Green sidelines, they are really hyping up their quarterback right now, guys. You know, they weren't exactly sure what to expect from this young player going into the game, but he has delivered over 200 yards passing. He has proven to be someone they can count on. The coaches keep telling him, poise, composure, keep it going. This young guy is showing what he's made of. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that looked like he was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Trying play action. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
That is exactly what this defense needed. They have not had a great first half, given up a bunch of touchdowns, but this might get them started. This might get the energy going and maybe rattle the quarterback a little bit with that sack.
Takes it on the return. And he's going to get it up to about the 29. Before he's brought down. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. From the gun, running back on the move. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Tough to get a rhythm off the bench, and the first one is incomplete.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Fresno State will have to punt. Halted in and looking upfield. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Takes the easy completion. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. The sure hands, it's Ridley. The Falcons are in the hurry-up. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got rid of it just in time.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? He wants to throw it again. Got his man on the right. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
And the Falcons with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
A little release to the back. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Now, the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Third and short from the 22. Is the field goal unit getting ready, or is this already 4-down territory? Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was.
Touchdown, BG! Quick strike through the air for the score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's McClain. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man in the middle. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. He wants to change this route. Looking downfield on first down. With the catch, it's Freeman. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power, a 46-yarder from the left. Never a doubt. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, we welcome you into our palatial Orlando studios for the Week 3 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with the Washington Huskies taking on the Washington State Cougars. And it's Washington in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone-booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now over to your game in Fresno. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Valley Children's Stadium.
The Falcons will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. We check in with Holly Rowe.
The Bulldogs head coach told me at the half they have got to consider what they should do here in the second half. Their young quarterback, getting the first start of his career, has struggled here in the first half. They have some decisions to make. I will keep you posted as to the conversations and what I'm seeing on the sideline about how they handle this young player moving forward. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Finding an escape route. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Gets the back moving. He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Got his man. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
That's the story today in this game. The coverage defensively has been so good. They seem to always be in the back pocket of these intended targets, and they swat another pass away incomplete.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. The run from the shotgun. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Pulls it in. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Man, you blitz me, I'm getting the ball out of my hands. Really good job understanding that by the offensive coordinator, this quarterback, seeing the blitz, getting the ball to a playmaker, letting him do some damage. And more importantly, I don't have to throw it way down the field. Just get the first down.
This offense was just hoping for one big play. They finally got it. They're trailing big in this game, and they needed that pitch and catch to put them on the doorstep to make this a game again. Give them credit. They never lost their confidence. They never stopped being aggressive, and finally, two guys hook up. Massive play for the offense.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. He might want another play. Right back to the well. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And on second down, a lot of times, I don't know why, you just, as a defense, you go pass. You think passing situations, passing downs. Really good job by the offense, committing to the run game, not abandoning it, not getting yourself in a third down situation where you had to.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Bowling Green's offense will take the field to start the drive. So after that turnover, they can add to this already sizable lead with their first drive of this second half. Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. He's got the back in the middle. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
How hard is that as a linebacker when you're trying to cover a running back on that angle route who runs routes like that, right? He thought he was going to the flat. He was barreling towards the sideline, trying to knock that ball away, and all of a sudden he gets crossed up, and that's just too easy giving up that first down.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. They'll try it over the left side. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Falcons will punt this one away. First punt was gorgeous. Let's see if he can do it again. Oh, look at this thing. They may need a flight attendant on that one. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Makes the grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He's got it. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
And that's an interesting choice for this offense, and specifically for the...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it, and more than enough for a first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Dropping back, it's Rose. And it's knocked away, incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to keep it in the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He wants to go deep. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Looking to throw on 1st down. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Right back to it. Hard running there. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back gets to give. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
He'll keep it on 2nd down. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And so the Fresno State offense comes out onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
Back to pass, it's Rose. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
You know, I love defensive ends that are active and violent with their hands. Great job fundamentally by that D end getting that sack.
And the Bulldogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got a man, it's Freeman. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the marker is Freeman. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to cap.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
The keeper on the option. There he goes. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
They'll keep it on the ground. Fights off a defender. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting stronger as the game goes on. I'd expect him to get a few more carries here before this game's over.
Sometimes it's just not your day.